for you. Super good. Now we finish with this wings. We will start working with the snout. All right. So again, you start with the slip knot and you chain 5. Super good. Once you chain 5, you skip this first chain and start working the next one. So you work 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet in the last chain. You will turn clockwise. I will show you this here. Let's go slow. Okay. So 3 single crochet here. Now I'm on the last chain and you will work 4 single crochet inside this last chain and you go turning the detail like this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we'll have the other side of the foundation chain here. And you will work now 2 single crochet on the next 2 chains. So here it's 1 chain, 1 single crochet here. Here's another chain, 1 single crochet here. And now you work here 3 single crochet in this last chain. All right? So 1, 2, and 3. And now we'll finish with the first round here. Okay, super good. That's great. I will add here my stitch marker so I know where is the ending of this round. And now for the second round, you'll work 1 increase, 3 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Okay. So here I make my increase. Now I'm on the 3 single crochet. So now I arrive here in my second increase. And then 1 single crochet. And now we'll repeat again. 1 increase, 3 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet. All right. Once you finish, you will have 16 single crochet at the end. So count how many stitches you have. And you will work rounds 3 and 4, 16 single crochet. Okay, so this is very fast. You only have 2 rounds more before we're finished. Okay, so now let's cut this yarn and leave a tail for sewing later. And again, we'll send this thread here to the inside of this detail. All right, this is great. Super good. Now we'll start working here the chest detail, the detail that goes between the snout and the paws. Okay, so here again, you will chain 5. Super good. Now again, you'll skip the first chain and you'll start working in the second chain. Okay, you work 4 single crochet in this first row. Okay, so here once again, I will go slow with you because this is a different piece than normal amigurumi going in rounds. So this one here, you'll work 4 single crochet, chain 1, turn, and you will work 1 increase here in this first stitch. So 1 increase here, and then you work 2 single crochet. So 1 here, 2 single crochet, and now you arrive on the last stitch and you work again 1 increase. Okay, now you chain 1, turn your detail, and you work 6 single crochet for this third row. Okay, so you start with 4 single crochet, you increase 2 stitches, you have 6 single crochet now, and you work 6 single crochet for this round, this third third row. Okay, super good. Now you will chain 1 again, turn your detail, and you'll make 2 increases one more time. So the first stitch you'll make 1 increase, and then you make 4 single crochet, and then on the last stitch you make again 1 increase, and you should have 8 single crochet. Super good. Once you have 8 single crochet, chain 1, turn, and you will work 8 single crochet here for the row number 5. Okay, so just 8 single crochet. All right, super good. Now here for the next row, we'll start decreasing. So the first stitch you decrease, and then you work 4 single crochet, and then you decrease again with the last 2 stitches. And you should have 6 stitches here at the end. And we are almost done with this detail. Okay, so here's the final 2 stitches. So insert the needle, pull it through inside all the 3 loops. Chain 1, turn, and now let's move on for our last row. So you work 1 decrease, 2 single crochet, 1 decrease, don't repeat anything. Let's finish the stitches. So you'll have 4 stitches here at the end of this row, okay? So my last decrease here. Super good. Now what you're gonna work here is you will make, no, you're not gonna turn. So what you're gonna do here is you work single crochet around, okay? So make single crochet around this detail. So pull here 1 and 2. Now 1 more here and here. Between the rows, you'll add single crochet. You see, here is for the 1 row, here is for the second one, and here again, other one. And then you go making single crochet here. Make enough that it's not making attention into your detail to curl it. Okay, once you make single crochet all the way around, this is the final detail here, all the way around single crochet. Okay, super good. Now we'll start assembling this dragon. So the fun starts now. I hope you pull some podcast or some very nice music. Okay, so this is the central part. We will add the pulse here, and this is the guide. So this is the central part of the dragon, and we will fasten here with pins the pulse, okay? So this central part should be in the central, in between, in the middle of the 4 poles around, okay? So it's here, and the second and third pole here, third and fourth pole, okay? Now I'll show you here how to sew these pieces. It's very simple, so I will show it at the beginning here. You take 1 stitch from the toy and you take 1 stitch from the leg, okay? So for the legs here we have 12 stitches, you remember? So because we have 12 stitches, you should make this process 12 times. Don't lose a stitch here because it can be seen, and if you take it all the stitches, it will look more neat. So 1 stitch again here from the body and 1 stitch here from the leg. So you just go repeating this process. Always you take 1 stitch, and I will catch you up later because it's a long process. Here we can take a couple of hours here if I shoot everything. But you can see it pretty much, so that is my point. Once you've finished, you see, you can spread the legs, you can squeeze your toys. Don't be afraid of squeezing your toys. Now I will sew it the other ones. Super good. So you see, this is the final legs of the dragon. So don't be afraid of squeezing your toy because you can squeeze it back, all right? This can help because if you are a little bit afraid, maybe you'll not sew it you'll not be confident to sew it. All right, moving on. Now let's fasten this chest detail here. So we'll put very close to the legs. Okay, so I fasten this with pins. As much pins you fasten, it's better because then the piece will not move while you're sewing. So we'll sew very close here to the legs, and you always do it like this. You take 1 stitch from the body and 1 stitch from the detail, and try to take inside every stitch because then it will look nicer. It will look more neat if you do so. Okay, so this is super good here. You just go squeezing your dragon and sewing the details. It can take some time because it's a lot of pieces we have it here for sewing. All right, and this is how you will proceed. Like, this is how you're gonna fasten this detail here, how we're gonna sew this detail. One stitch from the body, one stitch from the detail, always like this, okay? I will repeat this all the way here until the end. And this is how it should be looking like. You see, it's in the central part, it's nice. Use as much pins as possible so your detail will not move at all. Now you will repeat the same thing with the snout. You see the snout, I'm gonna take from one round here from this light green detail, okay? And I will fasten, like this looks nice, I will fasten this. In the written pattern, there is the exact position. If you want to know in which row I sew everything, in which round I sew everything. Now here what I'm gonna do is I will sew all the way until almost the end, and then I will add stuffing material at the end. So here, as you can see, I am already almost finishing this. You insert the stuffing material, and then you continue, all right? You see this is in the first row of the chest detail and taking up to the, I don't know which round is this one, maybe fifth or something like this. In the written pattern, there is exactly which row I'm sewing, which round I'm sewing, how is the length of I'm taking from one and another. So everything is in there in the written pattern. Check in the link in the description below. Okay, so I will finish sewing this detail and we will continue with this chubby dragon. Great, so now the tail, you can add stuffing material before, different than the snout. So here for the tail, use the snout as a guide. Okay, so here it's in the middle of the two legs and it's aligned with the snout. Okay, so this is what we are searching for. One more time here, I will add a lot of pins to fasten this detail so it's not gonna move around when I'm sewing it. And then you'll work in the same way as you work all the other pieces of this chubby dragon. You take one stitch from the body and one stitch from the tail, all right? So I will do it and I will come back here so we can continue. One stitch from the body, one stitch from the tail. Super good. See, our dragon, great. Now I will add here, we'll add the wings, all right? And here the wings, again, we will take, just make sure that you are putting the wings in the right direction. So the lines should be facing back and we will sew this very near the tail and the body, all right? So here what we're gonna do again, use pins. Pins, it's a lifesaver when you are sewing pieces together. It can really help you a lot of not moving. And you see here when I told you leave a long tail for sewing later? Yeah, because I cut them. I don't know why. So now I have just this little piece, which I'm gonna try to sew my wings with this little piece. If it doesn't work, then I will just add one more piece of yarn here to help me. So add here start taking the stitches here, the ones between the tail and the body, okay? This is where you will sew these wings. And you will sew here some half centimeters up to the wings. So very near the edge and up a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 stitches up. And you do this with all the remaining tails. I will bring here to the same stitch as the previous one. And I will tie a knot here so it's secure that this wing will not come off. So very tight here, this knot, before you cut this wing. Not the wing, don't cut the wing, no, cut the yarn. Okay, so let's just hide this knot here inside, and then you cut the remaining yarn. Good. Let's hide this. Okay, it's tight. Very tight tension I have from the stitches. Super good. One wing is done. Ta-da! Now I'm gonna sew this other one and I will come back here. Great. Now let's start here with sewing these ears. So I'll find here the best position, I think, the position that I think it looks more symmetrical to me. You can do so, or you can just go to the written pattern and check. Now I'm going with the flow. I'm seeing here where I think I should sew these ears, and this is looking fine for me. Super good. And again, you just do always the same thing. One stitch from the ears, one stitch from the body, okay? Now you will start attaching here the spikes. So you attach all along his body. So let's start here, adding this spikes. As much pins, better in my experience. And now you start sewing the spikes from down from the tail to the head. Start from the tail and go for the head. This is the best tip I can give you when sewing this. Once you finish this, it's a long process. Stitch from the body, stitch from the spike. All right? Once you finish that, let's start embroidering the eyes. If you're using safety eyes, go check in the written pattern where I am embroidering these eyes. But if you are embroidering like me, this is how you will work. So here with the length of one stitch, you start making lines. So just make a bunch of straight lines here. I always like to embroider the eyes of my toys. And here just go and make a lot of straight lines. This is how I make all of the embroidering eyes. And another tip that I can give you when you're embroidering the face of your toys is don't be afraid of erasing and doing it again. I do it a couple of times. The previous dragon that I did here for the creation of this dragon, I did the pink one. I had to erase the eyes of that dragon a couple of times. Okay, so once you've done a bunch of repetition of straight lines here with the length of one stitch, you move for the next eye and then you start doing the same process, a bunch of straight lines. Okay, I will do it and I will come back here. Super good. So you see we have our very nice chubby eyes here. And now with a piece of white yarn, we will give a life to this. We will brighten up this a little bit. So here we'll bring this thread to the top of the eyes of this dragon. And we will make here a half circle, okay? Like this. So I'll insert my needle here. I will bring it already to the next eye here. Okay, so watch out here to be in the position you want. Super good. You see how it's changed? And you make on the other side. Super good. This is looking very nice. Now we'll embroider 3 lines here on the chest of this beautiful chubby dragon. So here, always secure the beginning of your yarn with one simple knot, okay? Just to make sure this will remain inside of the toys. All right, so let's pull this. And here is the easiest thing from this dragon, I think, is these lines. So you just make these lines and you skip one or two here too. You skip 2 rows from 2 rows distance. So here is one and now another one here. Bring it up. And the last one, we will bring it here. Okay, super good. And now you'll secure this yarn by hiding this remaining tail here a couple of times. Yeah. Now you hide this tail. Super good. Whoops. So now you take the light green yarn or your other color that you're working with, and we'll make here a bit of an eyebrow here for this dragon, so he's a bit more friendly. This is optional, you can really stop it here. I just wanted to, yes, this is looking very nice. So I'll make here in one side. And here, with this same yarn, I will make the nose, the tip of the nose here in the snout. Okay, I'll just embroider this. So I'm bringing this yarn here to the top of the nose. You see, this is a good example of how much you can squeeze your toy. Just squeeze it. Good. Yes, this is a great example. When I'm sewing, it's a disaster. It looks like I'm killing my my stuffed animal. Okay, so don't pull it too much because we want the eyebrow to be a little bit loose. And now here you do 2 lines in the beginning of this snout. Okay, these 2 lines will make the nose of this beautiful dragon. So here is one and another one here. Super good. And that's it. Now I will bring the yarn to the other side. I will make the other tip of the nose and the eyebrow of the other side, and then secure this eyebrow, or secure the eyebrow, secure the yarn. And this is done. You see, we are done with the Chubby Dragon. I really hope you like this. I made this dragon because it was a pull from you, right? Great. So I hope you enjoyed, and I see you in the next time. Bye.